Aloud at the thought of his house being looted, Saroni went to Uncle Gopal's workshop. I suppose Saroni wanted to ask for a solution to the 8th level expert so that people who loot their homes return the goods immediately, but it turns out he carries a transmission gear that sustained damage on one side, while in Singapore see damage like that. Uncle Gopal was confused. Saroni asked the expert whether the damage like this can be fixed with words. Uncle Gopal also answered with Madura accent, "If words can fix, maybe the people are rich from what you say. But unfortunately, your words only make emotions, not make a solution. Do you want this transmission gear to have the same fate?" Broken because of empty talk, Saroni was immediately silent. The expert plans repairing damaged parts by adding round steel pieces. Luckily, Saroni didn't ask anymore, so the operation on the transmission gear began with confidence. Uncle Gopal put pieces of transmission gear in the clamp cack and scraped the inner circle part, gradually friction of the chisel eye. With the workpiece produces a sweet sound, was even able to relieve someone who has a toothache. Next, he took an election ink marker and colored workpiece surface threaded chisel, eye moving fast, do scraping. The gaze of the level 8 expert was so sharp, he didn't even blink an eye. After the gear pieces are finished processing, Uncle Gopal did not stop for coffee and smoking. It proceeds by processing the transmission gear, smooth, thoroughly rough surface for Uncle Gopal. The process of erosion, like this, is not difficult. Difficult is to erode habits of House of Representatives member that if you open your mouth, it only makes people emotional, not a solution. Then he took measurements, using a sigmat after diameter, meets splicing requirements. He again made a thread in a few minutes. That thread was created so perfectly, but the connection cannot be done. Therefore, it need to process the round steel pieces in the lathe. Even though the repair cost was only 100,000, the expert keeps the spirit with his work. He is grateful to get customers every day. In the modern era like this, people know if the object is broken, he immediately replace only after the round steel deforms like a ring threaded. The expert paired it with a transmission gear shaft. Then I was shocked. See, it does thin drilling on the joint peg, planting method ball bearing. Like this is rarely lathe want to do at a low cost. Ball bearing and connection order can be a solid unity. The expert does welding, and then he returned to the scraping process in the lathe. Smooth the weld connection part and make the 4th thread. Now the expert incorporating gear parts become perfect unity and welding the last connection, even though the expert's eyes began to lighten and sting due to welding. It keeps working, smoothing welding surface after finishing the work.